I think an enormous amount of this is a function of the church having dealt with the issue really poorly in the past up until the present. For forever, the church has been utterly brutal on homosexuality. Now, I would argue that's not so much the church's doing as it is a small e evolutionary desire on the part of human beings to continue existing. You know, the fewer people we have procreating, the less chance that the species will survive. And we didn't live in this magical world until the last 50 years or so, maybe last 100 years. So you really had to be concerned. You needed everybody reproducing. So I'm not positive how related the church's brutal position on that has been to the church and not just society and small e evolution in general. However, the church, when it has dealt with it, has really dealt with it as a sort of a defect in the person. Has said that, okay, you're gay. Well, okay, we can cure you of that. I'm not positive that's possible. And honestly, you're really creepy and weird, and we don't want you anywhere near our children. I think the response that should have happened... So, all right, so that was one point of view. As the gay agenda, the gay rights movement has taken off, there are Christians who got concerned about this and decided, okay, well, look, let's just cover it with love. Let's just say that the Bible kind of seems to say it's wrong, but we're going to love you no matter what. You're welcome here. We want you here. We'll just kind of you really don't need to be talking about it. Almost a don't ask, don't tell thing.
Right.
And now it's gotten to the point where lots of folks in the church are just openly embracing homosexuality.
Oh, yeah.
Now, both sides have missed the train here, folks. What we need to be doing is acknowledging that there are people with aberrant sexual desires. There are men out there who are sexually attracted to other men. Being sexually attracted to another man is not a sin. It's not. It is evidence that we're fallen, that we're not what God intended us to be, but it's not sin. Following through on it is sin. There are all sorts of things that I am tempted to do that I should not do. Men aren't naturally interested in monogamous relationships. It's not wrong to be attracted to another woman. It is very wrong to act on that if you're married. So what we should have been doing all this time is saying, look, there are folks out there who struggle with their sexuality, and that is really sad. I've got no shortage of things I struggle with. I thank God that's not something I struggle with because it would be so hard. It would be horrible. It would be so hard. The church needs to love those people and do what it can to help them and to help them lead, in that case, to help them lead a chaste life that comports with Scripture. But that's a really hard thing to do. It's a lot easier to just say, you know what, all the gay folks are going to burn. Or it's a lot easier to just say, well, let's just not talk about the gay thing. We know Paul was kind of against it. The Old Testament was against it. Let's look the other way on it. Those are the easy things to do. The hard thing to do is to say, look, this is, unfortunately, we are all fallen, and we all have weaknesses in different areas, and there are some people who have a weakness in this area, and that is very sad. That will be rectified once Christ comes back, redeems everything. If you know him, if you're in a personal relationship with him, that will get fixed. But in the meantime, it's something you're just going to have to struggle with, and we want to help you with that. But the church has failed in both. They should have gone in that direction. Instead of that, they've either gone this way or they've gone that way with it. And so it has led, if the church had dealt with this right, it would have removed so much fuel from the fire that the gay rights folks, that they were able to point to.